Hello and welcome back to Fledgling Manor. Yeah, last time we survived the first night in the reality TV show, as well as, I guess, our first night as a vampire. I'm very curious to see the first elimination and also maybe a bit more about the other characters, since so far we've only really gotten a glimpse of them. So yeah, let's see what the second night will bring us. I wake up the next night on the cold, hard floor of the castle dungeon, and I am still a vampire. The envelope I left on my desk is gone. Someone must have come in when I was sleeping and collected it. I was always a light sleeper, so this spooks me a little. What are you guys doing in here while I'm asleep? What about privacy? Sheesh. There's not much downtime on the show. They want us back in the ballroom pretty much immediately after sundown. They've arranged the chairs in a circle in the center of the dance floor, and there are a lot of cameras. It seems unreasonable that they need this many cameras to film us sitting in a circle. The chairs have name cards on them, and I find mine between Jason and Grace. Welcome back, Fledglings. How did you sleep? Like the dead, Nico. Jason snaps and gives Nico double finger guns. Nice. Stefan, did you enjoy your prize? A cushy casket with a side of immunity. It wasn't bad. A PA holds up a cue card for Nico to read. And now we begin our very first fledgling council. 2 of you have been nominated by the others for elimination. Were the choices strategic, or simply a case of bad personalities, convince your fellow fledglings to keep you around, and you may have a chance of finding out. Another PA hands Nico a big envelope, like the kind they open at award shows. Our nominees for the first Culling are Grace and Jason. Phew, not me. I didn't think I'd be nominated, but it's still a relief. I see similar relief on the faces of those around me, except Stefan, who has immunity so didn't have any anxiety to experience relief from, Jason, who's nominated, and Grace, who's also nominated. The 2 on the chopping block are sitting on either side of me, and I can feel their anxiety spiking. Jason, Grace, you will now have the chance to make your case to save yourselves from imminent execution. After that, you may all discuss and ask questions before privately casting your final votes. It's interesting that it's private. You could definitely add some tension there by making it not private, but okay. They flip a coin to determine who makes their case win. Grace wins, opting to go last. Jason fuzzes his leather jacket to look maximally cool as he stands up, and then addresses us. I had a feeling this might happen. I get it. You see this big, smart, strong, charming guy and you think, that dude's a threat. But in my short time here, I've made connections with almost all of you, and you know in your hearts, I'm worth keeping around. He goes around the circle and addresses everyone. Anya, what's up, beautiful? You were one of the first fledglings I met here, and don't think I didn't see you in that challenge last night, girl. You're something else. You're a serious competitor. I'd love to get to know you better. Tay-Tay, my man. I had such a good time talking to you last night about content creation and social media strategy. You're a great guy. 8. We didn't get much of a chance to get to know each other yet, and that's on me. I'd love to talk, get your story, see what you're all about. Stefan, my boy. I love you, dude. If we were allowed to leave the show alive, I'd say I've made a friend for life in you, brother. I just want to go head to head with you in more of these challenges, because to be the best, you gotta beat the best. Not wrong. Rocky Balboa, Rockman, Squiller's Rock. You were my first buddy in this house, and that means so much to me. You're a guy who gets it. I know we can have some more good talks together, man. And finally, Lilia. If there's one thing I do before one of us dies, it's help you come out of your shell and reach your full potential, girl. Maybe kiss a little, I don't know. I'm just joking, because I respect women enough to kid around with women. Okay. In fact, I respect all of you enough to kid around with all of you, to try to get to know you. Just cause our hearts aren't beating anymore doesn't mean we can't do a heart-to-heart. Lastly, and in conclusion, you also don't know if you're gonna need some muscle for a big physical team challenge, so it's bad strategy to get rid of me now. Jason sits down looking confident and turns to me with a big smile. He claps me on the shoulder and goes back to shooting that same big smile at everyone else. As for everyone else, they still seem uncomfortable, but Jason's kind of endearing. He really did go and talk to everyone, it seems like. Except 8. Thank you, Jason. Now Grace, the floor is yours. Now about his point of maybe needing some muscle in a team challenge. That could go either way, like if Grace now makes a case of maybe some more intelligence there. I mean, that's always the risk when you don't know what kind of challenges still await us, right? It's a gamble either way. Now Grace, the floor is yours. Grace stands up and coolly smoothes out her clothes before plastering a big fake smile on her face. Good evening. I've spoken with most of you, but I wanted to take this time to tell you a little more about myself. The whole mood shifts when we realize we are Grace's captive audience. She's got the kind of smile HR gives you right before you get bad news, like you're getting laid off or got caught jerking off in the bathroom on your 15-minute break. The tone of voice says, no one's getting a bonus this year. It says, if you can lean, you can clean. I look around and realize she's already lost everyone on vibes alone. It makes me feel kind of bad for her, until she looks right at me and starts talking again. My history of corporate leadership makes me the clear choice for who you should keep around, but my leadership didn't begin when I entered into the corporate world. I've been an entrepreneur since I was... Everyone's eyes glaze over. I'm out. I can't do it. There's no way I can listen to this. Grace drones on and on and on. I see some of the cameramen yawning. Psst. Hey you, when do I cut her off? You don't. There's no time limit. So we just have to sit here and wait? Welcome to the show. The only person who seems happy during all of this is Jason, weirdly enough. He leans back in his chair casually, looking up at Grace like she's given him a present. At one point, he even puts his hand on my knee and gives it a friendly squeeze, like he's a little too excited to sit still. Grace talks about herself for almost an hour, and it's torture. It's actual torture. Not a single person is going to vote to keep her now. I want to apologize to Jason. I didn't know, dude. I didn't know she was this bad. I don't need to check with 8 about what we're doing. The choice is obvious. Grace has to go. By the time Grace is finished, everyone looks like their soul has been sucked out of them. Nico shuffles back out with much less verve than he'd had before. Well, thank you, I guess, Grace. That was, well, it's over. He winces. Does anyone have any questions or discussion? We all wordlessly shake our heads. Oh, Grace. Grace looks surprised. That's a mercy. Alright, let's vote. We go one by one into a curtained-off area of the ballroom. Inside, there's an antique desk, a red candle, another piece of paper, a knife, and a little gold thing. That looks like a wax seal. The names Grace and Jason are written on the paper in Gothic calligraphy. I look to a PA to ask for what I'm supposed to do. Okay, so you're going to want to cut your thumb with a knife and put your thumbprint down next to the fledgling you want to be executed. Make sure the camera sees it. Then fold it, seal it with wax, and drop it into the basket. That is a little far, but then again, if we can't really get any infections and it's probably going to heal fast since we're a vampire, I suppose everything for the camera. He points to the floor where there's an old basket. Okay, I'll try to remember all of that. Seriously, no reaction to the basket? Oh, I glance at the basket again. It looks really old and kind of gross. I think there's some stains on it, but it's clear the PA wants me to be impressed. Oh, wow, yeah, great basket. Cool. That's Robespierre's head basket, kid. Who? Never mind. Oh dear. Oh, Rocky. I vote for Grace, obviously. Everyone else is voting for Grace, and you always have to vote with the group early on in these shows. A cameraman is right on top of me, shooting over my shoulder as I press my thumb down next to Grace's name. Sorry, Grace, but you dug your own grave tonight. The PA does end up having to show me how to use the wax seal thing. He also seems to hate me permanently for not knowing about his friend with a basket. Once everyone's back in our seats and the makeup artist has touched up Nico, the cameras start rolling again. Nico stands up in front of us and begins to speak. Blood has been spilled, now the votes will be tallied. One fledgling shall be culled this night. He reaches into the basket and opens the ballots one by one. One vote to cull Grace. One vote to cull Jason. 2 votes to cull Grace. Another vote to cull Grace, that's 3. 4 votes to cull Grace. 5 votes for Grace. That's it, that's all they need. Grace looks stunned. Nico keeps going, continuing to count every ballot. 6 votes to cull Grace. And the culled fledgling, by a vote of 7-1, is Grace Soleil. Wow. She looks at Anya and Tay with disgust. Apologies, child, but your time has come. Grace looks at all of us. I loved being alive, and I was really trying to make the best of being a vampire. You're all snakes. She follows Nico out of the circle. I mean, they had to vote for someone. Hugging the Mick in council is a classic Fledgling Manor misstep, but that may be the worst fumble of a defense I've ever seen in any season. Including seasons of Dejongeling. What? Dejongeling? Save it, Jason. Thanks for sticking with me, guys. We're led out into the courtyard. What's happening now? We wait for a few moments for the crew to set up their cameras and lights outside. Their presence makes it all feel so surreal, like maybe this isn't really happening. Grace walks out and stands in front of us, flanked by Nico and someone I don't recognize. The third vampire is much smaller than he is, and her face is covered by a studded mask. It looks like something Kanye used to wear before he went off the deep end. Okay. She's holding a weird-looking curved sword. Wait. They're not going to make us... Wretched fledglings, meet the executioner. Executioner, wretched fledglings. You have cast your vote, you have decided which among you will meet their ultimate demise. And now you will watch as your will is carried out. I don't want to see this. What a shame. Attendance is mandatory. Of course it is. No way. We have to watch her die? It's okay, Tay. It'll be over quick. You're all talking like you've never seen someone die before. I haven't. Is that so? Then take a good look. Leave him alone, Stefan. You watch too, Anya. You might learn something. There's nothing to learn from this. On the contrary. We're about to watch something die that thought it was immortal. Personally, I find that fascinating. Okay, weird take. Silence. Okay. A take from Stefan, I would get it if we're talking about someone who really thinks they're super powerful and whatnot. I don't know, but not this situation, not whatever Grace's speech was, like, whatever. But okay. Silence. We're all startled into shutting up. Nico gets this big, sick grin on his face. I always wanted to do that. Now, executioner, if you please. The executioner forces Grace down onto her knees. She brings the sword up high above her head, steel glinting in the moonlight. I want to look away. I'd give anything to look away. But I can't. I look into Grace's eyes expecting to see... I don't know what I'm expecting to see. Fear and hatred, maybe? But I don't see anything. Grace looks out of it, barely present. Maybe this experience has broken her will. The sword comes down like a guillotine blade and severs Grace's head from her shoulders. Her body collapses forward as her head rolls across the flagstones. I'm terrified that it won't stop, that it will keep rolling until it bumps into my feet. But the body and head that, just moments ago, used to be Grace, instantly dissolve into dust. I feel like I'm going to be sick. Ashes to ashes and dust to dust. One fledgling falls and 7 remain. Lilia's turned away. Tay looks like he might cry. Anya's trying to comfort him. 8 lurks behind them, shaking their head. Even Jason seems like he's at least trying to act somber. Only Stefan seems unfazed. He's standing there, arms folded, the barest hint of a smile. I don't know what to think. She's gone. For real. It's like I said, there's nothing to learn from this. Well, maybe that's not entirely true. We've learned how cruel vampire society really is. It's too much. I can't deal with this. Everyone files back into the house. I just watched someone die. I mean, she was already dead, but now she's gone. Grace Soleil will never again give an irritating speech about synergy. Yeah, she was annoying, and I probably never would have hung out with her while I was alive. But I didn't want her to die. I don't want anyone here to die. Those are the rules, though. I guess it just didn't really sink in until it happened. I need to get out of here. What did they say yesterday? We're in the middle of nowhere, but there aren't a lot of guards or anything. I don't know where I am, I don't have my phone, and if I don't find shelter before daybreak, I'll burn to a crisp. Still, I'm starting to weigh my odds. If I stick around, I've only got a 1 in 7 chance of making it out alive. Actually, let's be real. It's probably a lot lower than that. I'm pretty sure everyone here has a lot more experience as a vampire than me. What are the chances I'll be able to win any challenges? Then again, maybe I can coast by on my natural charm and total lack of threat profile. Yeah, right. I don't want to die, but it's not just that. The idea of voting for anyone else here to be killed really freaks me out. Maybe I should just go for it. Try and escape or stick around. Ooh. Interesting that we are even given this choice. I kind of feel like if we're trying to escape, we'll maybe get a bad ending or something. I'm not sure. And I mean, he's right, like the 1 in 7 chance, that might even be lower, yeah, or trying to make it out there. But then 8 also told us we're more like someone on the run. Tricky. I'm kind of curious what will happen if we're trying to escape. So it's just a demo. I'm gonna try and go for it. I can do this. I have to do this. I head back to my room, and it seems like everyone else is doing the same. It's hard to keep track of time. There's no clock and I don't wear a watch. But I wait for what feels like an hour or so, then head back out. Hopefully whoever's watching the cameras will assume I just went for a walk to clear my head. I head down the hall and outside. I'm so in my head about my escape plan that I bump into someone. Shit. It's 8. Why did I have a feeling that it would be? No camera crews around at least. Careful there, little guy. Sorry, just distracted, I guess. It's not easy seeing someone killed, even if they are already dead, technically speaking. Yeah. They peer down at me for a moment, tilting their head. Wait, were you trying to run? So perceptive. You wouldn't be the first, not even on the season. What? I heard some of the PAs talking about you. Seems like you were a last-minute replacement for the original contestant. Ah, that makes more sense. I think. They tried to run? That's the story. What happened? Nobody's sure. They're still missing. Odds are they burned to ash in the sun, but I suppose there's a slight chance they managed to get away. Maybe they're hiding in a cave or something. I have to get out of here. You're not going to tell anyone, are you? Why would I do that? They'll find out soon enough anyway. But it's like I said earlier, Rocky. Even if you manage to get away, you'll be a fugitive in vampire society. Is that what you want? An eternity of looking over your shoulder? Shit, I don't know. Are you sure about running? This is all really fucked up. You're not the only one who thinks that. Huh? You're not the only one who wants to find another way out, is what I'm saying. I'm not? Of course not. I can't say more than that right now. Maybe tomorrow. If you leave now, though, you're on your own. I'll stay for now, or I have to try to escape. And that's still very tempting to try out, but with what they're saying, I think I'm gonna heed the advice and stay for now. I have no idea what they have in mind. But they're right about one thing. If I leave now, I'll be alone forever. As awful as all this is, that might be worse. Alright, I'll stay. Good call. See you tomorrow, Rocky. Try to get some rest before then. They slink back into the house. I spend a moment gazing up into the night sky before I head back in. If the sun burns vampires, then why don't stars? Maybe for the same reason that humans don't get skin cancer from them. I'm getting distracted. But maybe the fact that I can wonder about something stupid like this, even now, is a good thing. I'm still me, I think. Time for bed. Yeah, I think it's a good call that that sounded like maybe we might try to escape at another point, but then at least we wouldn't be alone. I mean, being on the run is not ideal in any capacity, but at least if we're not alone, that might be something. I head back to my room. I wish I could smoke some weed or something to calm me down. Then I realize I'm not even sure if I can smoke weed anymore. Maybe I'll have to have someone else get high then drink their blood. I think weed ends up in your blood, right? Drugs go in your blood? They usually do a urine test at jobs, but that's probably just because it's easier. I really didn't know much about how my body worked as a human, and I know even less now. I should try and figure some of this out tomorrow. Good night, whoever's watching. Hope you've enjoyed the show so far, you sick fucks. Okay, that was the demo. Full game coming soon. Dedicate your life to this visual novel demo about vampires. Maybe not that, but sure. Okay, that was it already. You know what? I'm gonna, because the video is not that long, I will actually try the route of escape. Just this once, I wanna see what the variant is. I have to try to escape. You're sure? It doesn't seem like you know much about what you are. I'll be blunt, someone like Stefan might have a chance here, but you? It just isn't going to happen. Maybe they have a point. But then, do I really want to end up like Grace? You don't know me. You don't know what I'm capable of. That sounded cooler in my head. You're right, I don't. But neither do you. You've gotten a bad break. Believe me, I get it. But running isn't going to fix things for you. Okay, so we can still go back. Interesting there. Really, I think they're making it really obvious that running is not the good choice. But we're gonna go with I'm leaving anyway for now. I don't care what they say. I'm making a break for it. Thanks for the advice, but I'm going to try anyway. They shake their head. I swear they look not just sad, but disappointed somehow. If that's your choice, good luck, Rocky. You're going to need it. Thanks. They turn away and walk back into the house, and I'm on my own. Better get used to it, I guess. I start running. God, this feels great. I never really was athletic. But now I feel like I could run forever and never get tired. I guess not having to breathe helps. It's exhilarating running through the night like this. Nobody seems to be chasing after me either. Maybe they didn't expect anyone to seriously go for it. I make a beeline for the woods. Should be easier to lose anyone there if they do decide to come after me. It occurs to me that I don't know what direction I'm heading. I look up at the night sky. If I knew literally anything about the stars, that would be a big help right now. Fuck, I don't even know which way the moon rises and sets. I keep running, which has gotten a little harder now that I'm in the thick of the trees. I'd guess I have a few hours till dawn. If I keep running, I might be able to make it to a town or something. And then what? I don't have my wallet, phone, ID, anything. No, better to look for a cave or something for now. I can sleep there, then figure out my next move. Some amount of time passes, I'm not sure how much. The woods are silent except for the sounds of my footsteps. In the past, I would have been terrified at the idea of being lost in the woods. But I know that regardless of what's out here, snakes, wolves, bears, I'm the apex predator. I wonder if I could drink a deer's blood. Might have to find out soon. More time passes. I haven't found anything that looks like a cave yet, nothing that would shelter me from the sun. And it's coming up soon. Fuck. It's too far to run back to the house, and I'm starting to get groggy too. It comes on fast, way faster than it did as a human. Like my body is shutting down in anticipation of the day. Reverting to a normal corpse. Shit. Why didn't I listen to 8? This was a big mistake. The sky is starting to get that weird sort of pre-dawn color. I haven't seen it in years. It's kind of beautiful. Makes me wish I'd gotten up earlier more when I had the chance. I'm desperate now. I start scrabbling around under a rotten log. Maybe I can dig myself a little ditch and cover it up with earth. It's while I'm kneeling in the dirt, black soil caked under my fingernails, that I feel it. Heat. Fire. I'm burning. My instinct is to stop digging and spin around to face whatever's causing the pain. As soon as I do, I realize my mistake. I see the sun crest the horizon. It's agonizing. My hands are bursting into flames in front of me. What did any of this mean? I guess I'll never know. Fuck. Maybe I'll set a record. Rocky Alvarez, world's shortest lived vampire. Ah! What do you mean we lost another one? He ran. You've got to be kidding me. We're going to have to set up one of those invisible dog fences or something next season. Oh, Rocky. I expected so little from you, and you still managed to disappoint me. Pile of ash. Try to escape Fledgling Manor. That was the last achievement for the demo. And we get the game over. You killed Rocky. Use the load menu to resume from an earlier save. Yeah, so you can get game overs in this game. Good to know. Yeah, I thought something like that might happen, but I was too curious. Like, it's good that they just give you the option, you know, some freedom of choice. But yeah, that was good. That was a very good first glimpse at the game. While I was loading up the demo, I noticed I actually already added this game to my library at Steam. So yeah, does anyone else have that? Like, you go through your library and like, what? When did I buy that? Oh well, so I'm definitely going to play the full game on my own time. If you're interested and want to play the game yourself, the free demo as well as the full game is available both on Steam and itch. I'll have the links in the video description. As always, I'd appreciate if you'd let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. But yeah, I think that's it from my side so far. I like that we seem to be kind of on the 8 route. The other dateable characters, I believe, are Stefan and Anya, if you're interested. So, would of course also be interesting to see more of them. But yeah, that's it from me for now. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, bye bye!